Hi guys. Okay, so I am back and I am going to be shooting my complexion routine. This is super high end, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of products, but this will get you the most flawless finished base complexion ever. It's my go-to to look amazing. I can definitely film a more simple everyday kind of complexion routine. But everybody asks me, I really only wear makeup, to be honest, when I'm going out, and so I go full glam. So that's what I'm gonna film for you guys today. But if you want to see an everyday, I totally have that too. It's a lot more simple that I can definitely show you guys. So to start is primer. So I've already done my skincare, as you guys can see from my last video. And if you haven't watched it, you can watch it on my channel. I only have one other video, so it's super easy to find. So I'm going to first, I hope this lighting's good, but I'm gonna first start with Makeup Forever HD Lip Booster just to moisturize my lips. And I usually always do this at the beginning, that way, because I'm usually doing a full makeup, obviously, and so when I get to my lips, they're super hydrated and ready for a lipstick. So I'm gonna start with primer. And before primer, I actually add another face cream. This is one of my beauty secrets that everybody asks me how my skin looks so good. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This stuff is literally magic. It is amazing. So comes like this. It's pretty thick, so you only need a little bit. And I just put it on all the points of my face, and I'm going to blend it in, and it literally just gives your skin the most dewy, hydrated look, prepped, ready for foundation, and it already adds a glow without having added highlighter yet. So, I don't know if you can see that, especially there. So it really added a glow. It's a little bit thick in texture, which I love because it's super hydrating. Next, I'm going to go in with one of two primers. So the first is going to be the Instant Moisture Glow from YSL, one of their top secret products. I really love this for primer because, again, it's hydrating and it makes your makeup last all day. I have dry to normal skin, as I said in my other video, so I use all products that are for moisturizing your skin. So I take a little bit of this and I start in the center, T-zone, and I'm just gonna blend it out. And it kind of just gives your skin more moisture and it blurs any imperfections. So just make sure it's blended in really nice. And then next I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a different primer. So this is going to conceal my pores. I really wanna make sure that, especially around here, that my pores are filled in so that my foundation goes on a lot smoother. So this is the Complexion primer from Urban Decay, and it's smoothing, rosehip, and argan oil. It's all about your pores. So this is just a sample size, but obviously they sell in full. And it looks like this. And I'm just going to place it right in my cheek area, like where my pores are. So you just place yours, usually probably around the same where your pores are, just to make sure that they're really filled in. And a little bit in the center of my forehead. Okay, so now that our base is ready, we're gonna go in with one of the glow products that we're going to use. So this is another beauty secret. This is the Thomas Roth 24 karat gold pure luxury lift and firm prism cream. Like, just look at the packaging. So you can put this all over your face. I do sometimes like a really simple routine. I'll just literally go in with this in foundation and it's super glowy. But I'm actually just going to use this under my skin where I would highlight just to really emphasize those key areas. Okay, so I'm going to place it on, and then I'm going to get my Beauty Blender, its damp, and I'm just going to press it in. You can also use this as a highlighter, as you can see, but I love using this under my foundation. Okay. So let's go in with our foundation now. Now it depends on your skin what type of foundation. If you have oily skin, you might want something more mattifying. If you have dry skin, you might want something super glowy. If you like high full coverage, you might choose something that's more full coverage, but I like to look full coverage without actually using a full coverage foundation. So I love, especially for every day. If I'm, going to a wedding or something, I'll choose something else. But for me, I'm in love with this. So this is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. It's literally made of water, and it's light to medium coverage, so you can definitely build it up, as you will see. So I literally just pump it on my face. Saves me time. And I am using the Morphe M39 buffing brush to buff this in. I do like a beauty blender, but I am definitely more of a brush girl. I just love brushes. I think they can do so much for your skin, especially if you use the right one. I do, though, go in with a beauty blender to kind of press everything in and make sure everything looks seamless, which you will see. But for initial application, I love brushes. So just blending it in, and this brush size is pretty good, so it gets it really quick and easy. And I'm doing little circular motions, I'm doing swiping motions, I'm doing patting motions. I just want to make it as seamless as possible. Go into your ears, and as you saw, blend it down the neck. Okay, so as you can see, my skin is still poking through. So I'm going to go in with a second layer, and I'm really just going to mostly do it in my cheek area because that's where I have the most redness. Okay, so our base is pretty much complete. I'm just going to probably cover that little pimple with some concealer. Okay, so now before I go in with concealer, I'm going to use an under eye brightener. And this is the Becca. It is the under eye brightening corrector. And it's pink, so, or peachy I should say, so it kind of brightens under your eyes. I'm just gonna use my finger and smooth it, and as you can see, it kind of has, again, a glow under your eye before you put your concealer on. I'm just doing like a triangle with my finger. I'm blending it into my cheek. So for concealer, there's so many concealers that are amazing that I love, but just right now I'm using the Double Wear by Estée Lauder concealer. This is in shade 2W Light Medium, and I'm just gonna do a little V and X down my nose and my chin and there, and then around my nose. And for this, to blend this out, I'm gonna go in with the 4D HD Kabuki by Sigma, my favorite, because it's pointy and it gets right in your creases, especially around your eyes and your nose here. And I'm just dabbing it in. I don't want to push the foundation that I just put on. Okay, and the other eye. So as you can see, I'm just dabbing right in. See how easy it is to get to the corners? Just over that little pimpies. And on my nose and my center of my forehead. Okay, so that's about as much coverage as I'm gonna go, and then I just like to put it over my eyes. I do use concealer to prime my eyes, which I'm not doing my eyes in this video, but I will in the next video, so you'll see what I do with that. So then I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm going in with my setting powder, and you wanna set your under eyes right away to make sure that you don't get any creases. Okay, so I've smoothed out all my lines. I'm using the Hourglass Ethereal Light powder. Just going to grab some and dab it right under my eyes. And it's pretty white, it's light, but it doesn't show up white. I don't bake. I have, a few times, but I don't really bake. I like to just set it and kind of just move on. But you totally can. I also just want to only set where I need to because I want to keep the rest of my skin glowy. So now we're gonna go in with our cream products. Woo! So when I'm doing like a super glam, I do cream and powder. For everyday, definitely just powder, which again, like I said, if you want to see, I will show you. So I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty contour stick. It's Match Stick, it's called, and it's in the color Amber. And so let's start with the top of my head. So I have a pretty decent size forehead, not too big or small. So I'm just gonna go right in the center here. And then I want to really bring out my cheekbones. Okay, so I'm gonna feel where the bone is, and I'm just gonna draw a line from my ear down, probably to like where my eye starts. Okay, for my contour, you want to feel where your bone is. I go under my lip to really plump it up, and if you want to shorten your chin a little bit, you go under your chin. Okay, if you really want to contour here, say, mine's narrow, so I'm not going to. I don't want to push it in. But if yours is wider and you want to push it in, you can contour right there. Okay, then my nose, so it's narrow at the top and it kind of goes wider at the bottom. So I'm only gonna contour at the bottom, and I'm gonna do the sides of the nose because I want to create a little button nose. Basically plastic surgery without actually doing plastic surgery. I use the sculpting brush by Real Techniques to blend it out. So let's start, and it's angled. You can use your beauty blender to buff it out, but I use my brush, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. My lip. My chin pushed back. Okay, and now my cheek. So you never want to go down, you want to go up, and you want to blend it in, you don't want to swipe. So I'm just pressing it into the skin from the ear, okay? And I'm not bringing it down because I don't want to look saggy. I just want to look lifted. So I'm going to lift. So I don't know if you can see the difference of how that looks. Now the other side. So as you can see, I'm just tapping it and I'm not bringing it down. And I'm gonna just blend up. Mr. Carson wants to make an appearance. Okay, now for my nose, I'm just gonna tap it in because I don't want to push anything. I want to leave everything where it is. Okay. So now we're gonna go in with highlight, and I'm gonna do this before we go in with our powder products. So my next beauty secret, like the day I discovered this, just changed my life. I would buy 1,000 of these. They are pricey, but so worth it. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. If you wanna look glowy, then you need this product. So it's got this little sponge applicator. It's got a little twist that you turn on and off. I already have product on here from yesterday, so I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna dab 3 along my cheek, I like to highlight my forehead, so I'm gonna do 2 dots there, and I'm gonna go 3 along my other side, and I'm putting it right at the top of my bone. I'm gonna put some the bottom of my chin, my cupid's bow, and I like to make a little exclamation mark, so down the center and a little bit right on the tip. And for this I'm going to use my beauty blender. So again, don't swipe, I'm just dabbing it. Okay, my lip, my forehead, just dabbing it everywhere, and I'm kind of doing like a little C. I'm gonna do a little C here. And this side. Okay, like this side totally shows the glow more. Like, can you look at this? Wow. I hope the camera is picking that up. Wow. Okay, and my nose. Down the center. I don't really want super highlighted nose. So what I like to do after is just take my brush from my concealer that has a little bit of powder left, and I just kind of dab over it just to give it more of a subtle look. This pimple's really showing through. Maybe we should go in with some more concealer. Better. Okay, so there's some of my glow. Now we're gonna do my brows before I go in with my powder products. So I personally don't love doing my brows, I'm not gonna lie. It's like not my most fun, but I love having the most amazing brows, or nice brows I should say. So I'm gonna use 2 products. The first is Gimmie Brow by Benefit. It's in the shade number 3. So I always make sure my brows are tinted and waxed. And what I like to do is opposite. So usually you fill them in and then you set them with your some little whatever this is, but your brow gel, sorry. But I like to do it first. I like to set my hairs in place and then I actually go in to fill it. I find it's just better and easier for me. Now, like I said, my brows, I always make sure are done so that I don't really have to do much. So I'm using the Anastasia, well, it did say Anastasia. I think this is number 12 brush. Has like a spoolie on the end and then an angled tip. And I am using the Brow Zing from Benefit, number 4. And it has a gel and a powder together. So I'm just gonna mix both. And I'm just going to fill in. I start at the top, just lightly doing little strokes. And then as you can see, I need a little bit of filling in here in the tail end. So I'm mixing the gel and the powder together to really create a seamless look. You can, you know, the way that it is that you fill in the gel first and then you go in with the powder to fill it in. But I personally just like the way it looks together. I just recently got my brows done, so I don't even need to line the bottom. But if you wanted to line the bottom for a more polished look, you can. And I don't start the line at the front because you want it to look natural. So I start kind of halfway on the top. This brow is the better sister of the two, so I don't have much filling in to do. And that's it. Now, if you really wanted to, you can draw your line on the bottom here. And you can also do little strokes up if you, like that, if you need to fill them in more, okay? My brows are done. Why is this still showing? Oh my God. So now we're gonna go to our powder products. We are almost there. So I'm using the Nars Duo. This is Laguna, and then, how did I forget that? Orgasm. So I am going to go in with the Sigma Tapered Face number F25, and I'm gonna grab some Laguna. Tap it off. I love the tapered because it just kind of makes it easier. You'll see when I'm contouring, or bronzing I should say. So I'm gonna start on my forehead, both sides, just very lightly. Bring it down. And I like to do my chin so I don't forget my neck. Make it all even. Seamless, please go down your neck. I know it's kind of gross. Just wash it off at night, okay? Your ears. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my cheeks. So please do not go like this and go crazy. So I have a little bit of product. You wanna start with a little and build. What I like to do is go from my ear down, and I just literally do little swipes. And then I push it up. And that's it. Don't go down. See how it's still white? Don't go down. Just push it. Don't go back and forth. You're going to apply too much product. Okay? Now for my nose, I get a smaller brush. This is the wide shader. It's an eye brush, E59 from Sigma. Okay, I'm gonna dab a little bit, and I'm just gonna go down the wide part of my nose to create that little V and the little line for a little cute button nose, which doesn't really look button. So my nose is huge. And then I get my beauty blender just to blend it all in. And go over everything. Okay, then what I like to do is grab that brush one more time, whatever product is left over, and I just want to make sure it's nice and sharp and cleaned up. And that's all I do. You can add more product if you need to, but I don't. Now I'm going to go in with some blush, Orgasm, and Smile, and just push up right above your bronzer. Push it back all the way to your ear because you want to look sun-kissed. It's part of looking sun-kissed. And I actually like to put a little bit on my nose, and whatever is left over, I just throw it through my eyes. Okay. Last but not least, we're almost there, is powdered highlight. So we are going to use today the Fenty Beauty. This is Mean Money and Hustla Baby, and I mix both of them together. And I am going to use number 79 Pro Contour from Sephora Collection. And so I'm just gonna grab both. Can't really see that. Tap it off, and I'm just gonna go right where I highlighted earlier, lightly on my forehead, creating a little C. Okay, and again, the other side. Again, just a little bit, whatever's left on my brush, going down my face. See that? Always one side shows, I don't know why. Okay, we're done. So what I like to do again is just grab your beauty blender and just go over everything, make sure it's seamless in your skin, looks natural. And we are done. What I like to do at the end is just spray some setting spray. I forgot to get it, so hold on, let me get it. Let's see. Let's use Makeup Forever. So there's two that I like. There is the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, super glowy. And there's the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. You can use this as part of your skincare, primer, setting spray, whatever you want for both. So I'm gonna use today the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. It's a smaller size. I'm almost done. I freaking love this stuff. And as you can see, I am now glowing even more. So guys, this is the finished look. Hope you love it. I know my lips, my eyes aren't done, but it's the perfect base for a glam look. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. I will list all the products below, and hopefully you guys will join me on my next video when I do my eyes and my lips. Okay, bye guys, thank you.